Time Bandits, these guys drive me nuts. Are you trying to get ahead in your career? You got to learn how to get rid of the Time Bandits right away. I'm Career Boss. I've been in business for 45 years. I've owned a few different companies and I've been an executive for 25. I've seen things, I've heard things, and I've learned things. And I want to pass these on to you. Time Bandits. Okay, those are people who steal time away from you at work. So you're really busy, they're going to interrupt you and you don't need them around you. They interrupt your train of thought, first of all, and you know how hard it is to get back to thinking about something if somebody interrupts you. They force you to spend more time working than you really need to because you got to recalibrate and figure out what you got to work on next. Finally, they can even make you miss a deadline. Get rid of the time bandits. It's critical for you. So here's the first one. This is the drop in. Here she's saying, hey, what you working on? Uh, okay. They're bored. They don't feel like working. They want to talk about anything but business. They're stealing your time away that you really need when you're busy. So how do you deal with these guys? Well, tell them now if you're feeling polite isn't a good time and let's connect later on. That usually does the trick. If not, if you got an office, close your door. Simple. The other thing is put on a huge pair of headphones, not those little Apple things, but a huge pair of headphones on as soon as you start working. Pretend you don't hear them. Don't look at them. Number four is put a sign on your door. And if you don't have a door, put up a little stand that simply says DND, do not disturb. Here's what I did. Okay, so I was launching this product for a company. It was really stressful. It was a flagship product that we had to do a turnaround on, and I had two chairs in my office. I was an enclosed office. So what I used to do is I just fill them full of files, pull them out of my filing cabinet and put files on them. So that way they don't have a place to sit. Time bandits. They're trouble. Yeah, here's what you could do. I like this one. Pick up your phone and start talking into it and put your finger up to show the call is more important than they are. Yeah, it's a ruse. Give it a try. And the next one, the next time bandit is the gossip hound. Hey, Barb, you're not going to believe this, he says. They're almost irresistible. Gossip's kind of fun, but gossip isn't needed. So they're always more interested in the employees than the business itself, and not in a good way. Listening for a moment is going to take you into this deep, dark hole, particularly if you're busy. If you've got to talk to the gossip, then do it off-site. Do it during a coffee break. Do it in a place you can get away from and control the time. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. So dealing with it, well, they're not really irresistible. Just resist. Say no. Show that you're busy like you did with the drop-in a moment ago. Don't say to them, we'll connect later, because they'll keep coming back. Listen, he just wants your attention. Explain how busy you are quickly. That way he doesn't get it. Number four is if he blurts it out, the gossip to you, say something positive about the person that he's talking about, and that shuts them down. It's no fun for him then. Finally, tell him you're uncomfortable with gossip, and you'll watch him hit the brakes. If you tell him you're uncomfortable, you're never going to hear it again. And, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think that gossip really works or helps anybody out. The next time bandit is the digital diverter. Ding, you got a text or an email or a like. Be honest with yourself. You don't really need to look at this email, like, or text right now. You know how you're working on something and you can be distracted and it's hard to get back to something. Just don't look at it. The other thing is, what's important to remember is that, yeah, you may need breaks sometimes, but don't take a break and look at this kind of stuff. So what do you do about the digital diverter? Ignore it. Ignore that ding. Don't look at it. Turn your phone upside down. Better yet, put your phone on the other side of the room. Go get a coffee. Okay, just get a coffee, come right back if you really need a break. Don't look at your phone. Yeah, maybe this is work for me. Have a couple of lightweights in your office. do that. That's a great way to take a break rather than looking at anything digital that's coming at you. Set aside a time to look at your digital information that's coming in and then keep to that time. Number 4 is I say, do anything but look at the message. If you look at it, you may not be able to stop looking at things. Okay, just like when you're watching YouTube, you say, I'm gonna look at YouTube for 10 minutes. I don't know about you, but for me, if I start looking at YouTube, allocate 10 minutes, I'm in there for an hour at least. Well, not at work, at home. Um, yeah, maybe put it off till you get home. If it's something on the socials or social media, look at it at home. Look at it on your way home if you're taking some sort of commuter system. Just wait. And you know what? This happens to me. I decide I'm going to look at it later, and then later I'm just not interested. I know it's going to be a time waster. And finally, the last thing, like I said a moment ago, put your cell phone where it's really hard to get to, across your room, in your purse, in your briefcase, wherever it is. Don't let it control you. That's the digital diverter. This one's a bit of a weird one. I've seen only a few of these in my time. This is the interrupting night owl. Okay. They'll make you think that they work 12 hours a day. That's their shtick. Sure, they spend 12 hours a day at the office, but only 4 of them working. They have no external social life, no family, at least none they want to be with. So you become the social life for them at their office. And what they do is their social life involves flitting around from workstation to workstation, office to office, person to person, speaking to people. That's what they do, the night owl. They do their work after everybody has gone home, again, for maybe 4 hours. What do you do with these guys? I've only seen men do this. I think women are too busy at night. They're another form of the drop-in, which we talked about a moment ago, except that you may be scheduled in as part of their rounds. Strangely, from what I've observed from a few of these, they follow the same pattern in terms of who they're talking to. So you could be scheduled in, and that's the good thing, because at least if you're scheduled by them, you know when to put up your do not disturb sign or close your door or put on those oversized headphones. Shut them down. Okay, the final time bandit could be you. You convince yourself you work best under pressure, so you put the work off a bit. You procrastinate. Oops, not a good move. Or for some inexplicable reason, you want to do anything but work on what you really need to. And finally, you may say, I'm going to do the easy things first. And it really doesn't matter if they're the most urgent or important. You just want to knock a few things out. Okay. Maybe it's not going to help you if they'll get to that final project that you're working on, the project that can make a difference in your whole career. Control for these things. Here's what I suggest. I know it works for me. There's all kinds of stuff online you can take a look at. Lots of advice out there in terms of time management. I've been doing this since university. If I'm stressed by the amount of work I have to do, the first thing I do is identify everything that I do need to do, and I put it on a list, a handwritten list. Handwritten works better for me because it's just more engaging than typing. Then I categorize them by A, B, or C in terms of importance or urgency with the expected times that I need to, excuse me, allocate, excuse me, allocate to the items. Okay, so I'm looking at them A, B, C, I'm prioritizing them, and I'm setting a time I need to set aside to work on them. Here's the thing with me at least. I know that it always takes me at least twice as long as I think it will to do a task. I don't know why that is, but I know it's at least 2 times. So that plays a role in my scheduling. If I see a priority A in there, I think it's going to take me an hour, I'm going to allocate a couple. Here's something that's, the next point's really been important to me as I've progressed in my career. And well, here it is. The thing that I keep in mind is that there are 24 hours in a day. And if I have to use all that time for a deadline, I will. I'll catch up on my sleep the next day. But you have 24 hours in a day to get things done. You can do that if you need to. Again, that's the stuff that's worked for me, whether it's been at university or work. And give it a try if that's what's going to work for you. Thanks for watching. This has been another Career Boss. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it.